faith, hope, and love. Welcome back to the time of relief, the time of revelation, the time of liberation, the time of empowerment, and the time of favor. In this episode we shall continue with our topic faith, hope, and love, as we treat the subject, love. The word love is greatly used, but most often misused. The secular usage often contradicts its biblical usage. What the Word of God defines love as. For example, to have sex with someone is often termed, make love to. I love you is another way of some people's saying, I want to use you to gratify my cravings, dump you after sucking you dry, breaking your heart, making a fool of you. My dear brother and sister, the Bible does not say God is hope, does not say God is faith, but rather that God is love. There are various questions I would like to address in the course of this study. Questions like, why is love greater than faith and hope? What does it mean to say God is love? Why did the devil subtly redefine love to mean selfish desire for self-gratification at the expense of others? If God is love, why are there pains and suffering all around? Love is the central theme of the Bible. We would discover that God is not to blame for we having so much pain and anguish all around. One of the reasons for this is our twisted understanding of love, our corrupted understanding of God. Lust, selfish desire for self-gratification, is too often misconstrued as love. I'd love to have a cup of tea. What does love got to do in this expression? Does it mean you love the cup of tea so much as to empty it of its content, then dump it afterwards in a dishwasher, when done with it empty and famished? True love is expressed by giving, for the benefit of the one loved, out of goodwill. Why do mothers nurse and nurture their babies? Why all the generous offering of smiles and tender care, the generous cuddles and tender touches? Is it just for one day to sacrifice the child for Christmas, as one does a Christmas chicken? What do the helpless baby has to offer in return? Motherhood demonstrates biblical philosophy of love. To the gentle child, the mother is just as servant, to care and cater for the child not by servitude, but out of free volition. Although stronger than the child, the mother will not use her strength to harm her child. Motherhood equates servanthood, but do not confuse servanthood with servitude, enslavement of others against their free will. Jesus Christ, though the Lord, used his lordship to serve and not to be served. True love is shown not by wanting or having, but in generous giving. For God so loved the world that he gave. My prayer and belief is that at the conclusion of this study, we would have better understanding of God's kind of unselfish love, so that we should no longer be a victim of somebody's lust. The understanding of how love works is also fundamental in recognition of who has come to offer a Greek's gift. The story is told in 2 Samuel 13 of a young man that was lovesick for his sister. His craving for her was so strong that he couldn't focus doing any other thing worthwhile than being in bed with his sister. What happened after emptying her of her dignity, raping her? He was so disgusted by the sight of her, that he thrust her, bruised and half naked, out of his chamber. How do you stop being a casualty of someone's lust? How do you rekindle your faith in love, your faith in God? Denying there is true love around, is denying there is true God around. To understand true love, you need to understand who love is. The study of love is the study of God. Love doesn't make you a victim, weak and vulnerable, because God is not a victim, weak and vulnerable. True love is strong, is firm. True love protects and promotes. There is true love, and only the author of love can teach you the ways of love, make you a loving person and lead you to your true love and guide you in your love life. So join me next episode, as we learn more about God's kind of love that turns a victim to a victor. Message by Reverend Silas Olufemi, Voice, TTS, powered by Time of Relief.